Aquarius, time to let your creativity fly and to step into the light. I've already shuffled the cards and laid them out to save some time. I'm using a Celtic 10 card spread to look at the past, present, and future influences of the week. And as always, I'm teaching the tarot through each card. So you not only get your forecast, you start to build your own intuitive relationship with the cards, because that's what this channel is all about, using tarot for our betterment and our benefit. And this is a razzmatazz kind of week for you to shake off the old and move into the new, Aquarius. And that's your domain tomorrow, and it's greeting you today, and I want you to go grab it. There's a sense of excitement and enthusiasm and light and intelligence and communication skills and ready to take off. It's all stirring within you, and I need you to give it free rein. You've got a lot of elements of like dynamics of moving forward on horses and more horses and the ram here, and it's all based about you and this new again sense of excitement that's mixed with the material and the spiritual. I'm just loving it for you, and it's time for you to shine. So let's get into why I'm saying this is such a fab reading for a fab week. Okay, in the first card placement is a significator, the general gist of the overall reading, and I've got the Page of Wands. This dynamic energy wants to just take off with excitement, to ignite imagination and inspiration, to make an idea, to start to make it a material reality. It gives us the potential and opportunity that we see for our ideas to take that material reality. A lot of times in the royal suit of the tarot, it could be a reflection of youthful people around you, a youthful energy, but regardless, it's a youthful kind of stirring in you. You kind of get your spring in your step and your belief in your intelligence along with your imagination. I just love this combo. And the reason why I'm saying it is a combo, and it's a strong one that could really ignite that self-esteem and self-confidence that really pours into self-love, which I'm really just enjoying for you as well. That Page of Wands is in that first card significator position. But in the seventh card position is the way we're feeling about ourselves. And I've got the Ace of Swords here. And this gal is not to be messed with. She's intelligence, intellect, strategy, analytical thinking starting to manifest in the material world as well. And along with great communication skills. She's great for business law and contracts. She cuts away the BS. She has learned how to use that double-edged sword to cut to the truth, but also deliver, if I have to deliver a hard truth with a soft tongue, I have compassionate insight. I can balance out my scales to use my intuition along with my logic. She's a great gal when we get those new stirrings of taking our own identity to the ancient tarot, especially, and starting to apply it with that creative energy to explore new lands, okay? And that new land is literally unfolding before you, Aquarius, and I'm really loving it for you, and I really want you to love it yourself, because it's been a really hard time for you to figure out kind of that balance for a long time of how to be spiritual in the material. You've had a lot of different things and people and situations not only plucking your nerve and then some, but it's all meant for your growth. And that's how you get to some of these cards. So you really need to be proud of yourself, and most importantly, need to trust where that thinking is taking you. Because what's interesting here, we got that first card placement, that Page of Wands. Whoo, I'm taking off with that imagination. That new day is dawning. I'm flying over rough lands, which in tarot means rough footing, right? I couldn't find my footing. And that might be a reflection of you still right now, that you're trying, maybe while you're thinking about going over the rough footing instead of maybe dealing with it a little bit. But I need you to get that practical, pragmatic state as well, as long as with the Page of Wands, that creative energy. And that's where the Ace of Swords is going to give you that insight, okay? And trust it, okay? Because why I'm saying that is the second card position, what's the crossing card in the 10 card spread, and what's blocking the energy of the page from really kind of like manifesting fully and enjoying itself in this new joyous adventure. And the Four of Wands is a firm foundation in our thinking, our intellect, our intelligence, our communication skills, all those things I was just talking about with the Ace of Swords, our thoughts, right? But to the ancient tarot, it took it, like I said, a little farther. We're coming out of the Three of Swords, that heart with the three swords you might have seen in many decks. It's breaking of our old identity, moving into our own new identity. And it leaves us tired and tested because a lot of justification, engagement, conflict, it all comes into play in the journey of the swords, because we're learning who we are, and it takes sometimes a lot of conflict, going through indecision, learning how to maneuver, being strategic, analytical, all those things, and learning who we are in our character, our ethics, and our integrity. That's paramount for the journey of an Aquarius because you rule the swords. So I need you to believe in yourself, especially what the crossing card is saying. Maybe, well, I don't want to go fly off right yet because I don't have that firm foundation. Okay, that's cool. But allow your mind and your spirit to fly. You don't physically have to do anything to make those new moves if you're still figuring it out and you want to give yourself that firm foundation. You're kind of like I always say with the Four of Swords, like a potter. I got the table, I got the clay. I don't know exactly what it is it's going to be, and that's where you're getting hung up. But I know it's going to be something good, okay? And that's where you need to allow the creative energy to fly, because that will give you that dimension that you're looking for and the clear insight and that clarity of how to move forward. But the Ace of Swords is stirring that on as well, so you can't fight that energy. And what's really nice about it is the top and the base of the matter. Oh, and I'll have to say, I'll throw in a few other, they're all major arcana. Okay, so let me just, hold on. I gotta get balanced here. So the third card placement is the top of the matter in the 10 card spread and how God wants us to navigate the week, I always say. The Chariot, it's a major arcana card. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. It's in crucial positions. So a really beautiful life shift happening in the present because the Chariot represents that, and so do the other cards. And what's nice about the Chariot, you've learned mastery of thought. Again, that's your domain, so you're going to have those trials and tribulations that bring you to those kind of insights and conclusions of how to handle intuition along with logic. I'm not going to get pulled away with ego and pride in a good way or a bad way. I'm not going to let anger or rage and pull me in a different way. Not competition or not understanding other people's viewpoint. That's a perspective of the swords as well, right? How do we come to fair judgment unless we don't understand all perspectives? And that's been the journey as well from Aquarius, having to dig deep into that kind of like reflection. And it gets paid off in the Chariot. In older decks, you won't even see him holding on to the reins. It's accomplishment and acknowledgement from the outside world, and most importantly, from your own self-esteem and self-confidence and self-love that's getting manifested to pull you in a new direction. And you've got some props about you, and you're starting to believe that about yourself, which has been a long time coming as well. So it's no coincidence that it's sitting on the Page of Wands. Let that kind of confidence brew in with that enthusiasm, and that's when magic happens to Aquarius, okay? And I'm going to throw in a really good dose of magic here as well in the fourth card position, in the base of the matter. I like to say the gut position of what we're feeling is judgment. It's karma to me in my deck. So you already know you deserve some good karma. And let's say this, you've been dealing with maybe because that's part of the reflection of looking at other people's perspective of how our own actions made choices or choices made certain things result. And that's all getting back to our own good karma when we take responsibility and acknowledgement of those things in our learning process. Nothing to feel embarrassed about. We all have to go through it. But again, there's a good dose of karma because you took up the lesson and learned from it, and now you're moving forward. And that's why judgment appears. It's like a resurrection, a rebirth for me in my deck. And it's a great thing because in the older you even see trumpets blaring. Like it's the coming of a new day. It's divine order. It's your kind of time to stand in the light, and we're going to meet that as well in the sun. So it's a really beautiful time for you to kind of coalesce the dreams and the wishes, believe in your enthusiasm and excitement and imagination, most importantly, that it could kind of also coalesce with your ability to make something materialize in this world, okay? So don't undermine yourself in any way, shape, or form, and I think you're really buying into that groove right now, and I'm loving this week for you. And the fifth card position would also give a reflection of that, the Seven of Cups, the contemplation, meditation, the seeker of new answers in the area of the heart, right? That's the cups, emotion flowing, intuition, our psychic abilities, the subconscious, our ability to connect with God. It's all handling in that, happening in that waterscape. That's in time of emotional and spiritual maturity. It's not going to be the butterflies and unicorns get you there, right? It's going to be the tough stuff that makes you almost feel like you're drowning sometimes. That's the reflection of the cup. So again, we're coming out of that time, the journey of the heart, right? With all its ups and downs. And now we're seeking out new directions. And that's the past reflection. So I'd like to see that because that's been the kind of contemplation for a while now of what is going to really start to make you happy. And it's starting to meet that ability for your imagination and inspiration to make something happen in this material world. And God's giving you a great dose of divine order, a little spotlight on you, a little sun to feel good. We've got that in the 6-card placement of what's happening right now. The major arcana card, the sun. The sun is beautiful. Like in modern day tarot, it's a spotlight on you. I think when you're selling your ideas or even putting yourself out there socially, everything gravitates to the sun, right? It's got a different glow about you. And it's like, it's a time to the ancient tarot, especially, to open up your heart and your head, allow a fresh breeze come through to take out those insecurities, vulnerabilities, anxieties, fears, and doubts that have been built up under that shadowy time of learning these kind of life lessons. It's not easy stuff. The sun always appears to me after a dark time of that enlightenment, where we're coming out of it and God's divine order is greeting you like a warm sunny day, saying, hey, come on this way, Aquarius. Let's walk in this direction. And remember, you rule tomorrow, and community and society, great change. So you're going to have all those abilities to take on those matters of society, of community, of great change. So you've been handling it really well, and God wants you to give you that breath, that refresh, and it's all happening around you, and it's a real spotlight for anything that you want to happen. All right, but most importantly, I think it's just a regroup, refresh right now still. So just take that time to do that and build up that self-confidence and build that bank of the flame of imagination, and all of a sudden you're like moving in a new direction. And that 7, like I said, she gives you that dose of intelligence, intellect, and most importantly, a voice to your identity. So that gets combined with your creative energy. So I'll also ask this, Aquarius, what do you really want to do? Where is it that you want to put that mind and heart? Because it's going to be super special when it does make up its mind to do whatever it is, because it's magical here. And I'm just really, like I said, I love this reading for you because it's so long overdue. It's been a build up for a while, and it's just nice to see it unfolding. And in the 8th card, other people in the 8th card position is how other people view us. So this is beautiful as well to show that things are wrapping up. The 9 of Wands is the kind of completion state in the creative of the minor arcana, rather, of the suit of the Wands. Again, that imagination, inspiration. And it's nice to see the page here kind of igniting our kind of inner flame, because other people see you as one creative idea is winding up. So that's good. And it also sees you as an experienced individual, because in my deck, you're coming out of rough seas. Again, those rough times in the area of our thoughts, our identity, who we want to be, how we want to live our life, who we want to love. It's all been challenged, along with your creative ideas in the workspace as well. So just know that you're coming out of that time, and other people look at you as someone that's become really stoic, pragmatic, practical, smart, not to be tempered with. That's a reflection of the 9 of Wands. It's like you're on those rough seas, but all your wands are in place. Or maybe your sails are torn and tattered, but you're still standing on that ship and you're ready to get into safe harbor. And that's how other people reflect on you. So maybe they tried to put like barbs at you or even swords or whatever, but you handled it really well, creatively and with heart. And I think that there's a big karmic reward for that, Aquarius. So just keep on going. And we get another validation of that in the 9th card position of our hopes and fears. So do not be afraid of that new stirring. It's a Knight of Wands, the older brother to the page, right? So there's a lot of like, woo, going on, and I'm like, just that flame is starting to get ignited. It's so nice to see some passion and excitement come back to Aquarius, because really when that starts to meld with that intelligence and that insight, watch out, something great is going to happen. So don't be fearful of it here. Let's take a ride with the Knight. We're already airborne in the page, so we might as well join the Knight. He knows where we're going. That steady steed wants to take off. You already have some accomplishments about you as well in my Knight of Wands deck. So believe this. And also too, I'll say this, don't linger in yesterday. Like if you say like you want to go in a new direction, let's say for work or something like that, or even partnership, wherever that's touching you, my Aquarian friends, do not be afraid to look at that kind of and say, wow, okay, I really would like something new, because all this stirring, it's not going to go away. You know it. It's been happening for a while, like a slow little simmer, and now it's reaching a real beautiful crescendo to say, hey, let's go take a flight. Let's see where we're going. Let's go see where the joy and the adventure is. When you were a younger Aquarian, you probably just got excited about the idea that you had. So get that energy back, because that's what's on the table for you, okay? And it's blended with some beautiful, beautiful major arcana, insight, spirituality, the connection to God, the universe, being planted firmly, being able to do our logic and our intuition together, living in the spirit with the material world. That's the High Priestess, the major arcana card. And that's your sense of accomplishment. That's where your light is going to come from. That's where your light shines out. So give that respect. You've earned the High Priestess. You've been blending that spirit with the intelligence, and that's the beautiful exalted state of Aquarius, and that is just a beautiful affirmation that you have become it. It's kind of a mini karma card to me, because you don't get to the High Priestess unless you've taken on those tough seas. Unless you've taken on the journey of the judgment at the ultimate karma card. So you've done all this, and it's another reflection out of that resurrection. You're a new person, new identity, balancing out that spiritual world with the material world, logic and intuition to make your ideas manifest. So believe in you, believe in you, believe in you, Aquarius. And here we get the refresh affirmation here in the Eight of Wands. In the bonus card, more creative energy at the forefront here. The loop around where we started once, we get to start again. It's the refresh, rejuvenation in the area of the creative. So it's all stirring in with you. It can feel like a headwind or a behind wind, like it's pushing you along, right? To get to the end journey. Let's wrap this up of the past and let's look for the new. And don't get stagnant, because even if you were looking for new stuff before and it wasn't working out, I feel like there was one foot in the past and one foot trying to get into the future, but now we're moving firmly into the future, and this is where God can get the rewards to you, okay? Because you're that different egg that I needed you to be so that you could get the real reward that's coming your way. And that's exactly what this whole layout is all about. So believe in it. Thank you for visiting the site. Have a great week, Aquarius, and thank you for everyone that watches and subscribing. I just say thank you enough. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, if you would consider doing so to grow the channel, it's just been so wonderful. Thank you, guys.